So if you're like me, you're working full time. I'm actually a teacher, but maybe you're just working a full-time job and you're trying to make this YouTube thing work, whether it's just being consistent to posting videos, make some extra, money coming in, a little extra income on the side, or, potentially making this a full-time business. You're at a point where it's like, do you have enough time to do all of this? You want to grow on YouTube, you want to learn all these things, you're implementing all these things, but it's not paying the bills yet, and you're still working that full-time job, but you want to either get out of that job, or maybe you want to, still be able to do that job, but make some extra money on the side, so, it's less strenuous, is that the right word? I don't know. Maybe it's, less stress on yourself, going forward in your career. And so that's where I'm at right now, because I'm a teacher. I'm a PE teacher at elementary school, and I've been doing that for about 3 years now. I started helping my dad's channel, Brand Creators, which is just over 100,000 subscribers, about 3 years ago, right when I started teaching, maybe a little bit before. I was a full-time editor for that. On the side, I was also coaching. I coached basketball, I coached baseball, I coached football, I coached everything. And that was also the year I got married as well. So I had a lot going on in 1 year. To this year, I'm actually not even coaching anymore. I'm just working on YouTube, and I am still a teacher as well. And I'm still working that full-time job. So my thing is this, how are you able to structure it to where you can still have a life outside of just your full-time job and your YouTube grind? And that's where this new, version of YouTube, which is really dialing up right now, where everything is less produced. It's honestly more in the research in the back end rather than in the, not saying the content's not important, but in the content that you're shooting, it doesn't have to be super highly edited where you need to spend hours editing, where you need to hire an editor. I'll tell you, when I started on the Brand Creators channel, when we only had 20,000 subscribers maybe, I was editing for 4 to 5 hours a video, for one video, and we were doing about 3 to 4 videos a week. And I was doing that on top of my full-time job, on top of coaching. I was up till 12, 1 o'clock at night in the morning, and I had to get up for work at around 5, right? And so that was a lot on me. It was a lot of stress. But once we figured out this new model that we're doing now, that we're actually doing right here on this channel, Live Video School, this has taken a lot of that stress off. And that is the more authentic kind of videos, without having to do all the edits, without having to really think too much about the keyword research and all of that. It's a different type of research now. The main thing is the titles, right? We talk about titles all the time. We look for these outlier titles. We actually have a little swipe file that we created where we have 10 of the best outlier titles that we've created. If you comment hooks down below, you can get that. So you don't have to do any of the research. You can just put your niche in it, and then you can actually use that as your own video. And once we found these outlier titles, which is like titles that are blowing up videos on channels that are small creators that are under 10,000 subscribers, but the videos are getting 100x of the amount of subscribers they have. So they might have 6,000 subscribers, but they end up getting a 200,000 view video, right? How is that happening for small channels? And that's what we really focus our research on. And it doesn't necessarily need to be your niche. I mean, we're doing it outside of our niche, where I'm just finding from, whether it's gardening, fishing, like anything that I see as an outlier, and then we reconstruct it to work for our niche. But that's just one area where it's like, if you can figure that part out, everything else behind that is easy. Like right here, I'm on vacation right now. I know you're probably wondering what's going on. I thought you're a full-time teacher. Aren't you teaching right now? I'm actually on my break. This is a weekend, a little short getaway. I left on Friday. I'm gonna be back Monday. I'm in Puerto Rico right now. But just a little weekend getaway. But while I was out, I was like, why don't I make a video, make content, when all I have to do is, put my camera up. I have it propped up right now on my Osmo. If you guys don't know about the Osmo, it's pretty cool. Again, another way to make it easier to produce content is this thing. I can walk and talk with this thing. So I'll actually show you. So it kind of tracks my face as I have it up. I just got to dial it down like this. And then it can kind of stay with me. So now I can walk. I'll actually show you guys around a little bit so you guys can see. That's my background right now. So this is another style that we have done, we have tried, we still do, where you can walk around, talk, very easy, but there's no edits. Because if you think about it, right, a lot of times when we edit, the reason you edit is because you want to keep getting the attention of the viewer, right? We call it a lot of jump cuts and stuff where you jump in and out, and you'll see that in videos. That's to gain the attention of the viewer. But if I'm just walking around, I have a background, I obviously have a pretty cool background, but even if it wasn't and I was just moving around, you're always going to be curious on what's going on behind me while you're still listening to me, right? So you got multiple things going on right now. And that's another cool part where it's super easy to do these videos. All I did was take this and I actually put it on the tripod setting, and I just put it in the sand right here. So I'll go down, I'll set it in the sand, I'll just put it up to my height, and there we go. Okay, so that's another cool little thing you can do. We use this, I'm using the mic right here. I got a lot of wind going in. Hopefully the wind's not too bad. I'm using the DJI mic. Both of these things that I'm using are in the description if you guys want to check those out. We do have an affiliate link for those, so we will, get paid a nice little cup of coffee if you want to get that, which I just got my coffee recently. But yeah, another way to make content super easy is you just turn your phone on, you talk about the point. Like I already had a title, right? We just talked about titles. I already had a title going into this video, and I knew, okay, I know the structure of it, but I don't have a script. There's no paper anywhere, there's nothing. I'm just going off of how I truly feel and how I truly want to express this to you guys, because this is how I genuinely feel about the whole topic of being a full-time creator and still wanting to, grow a YouTube channel and make some money on it too. Whether it's ad money, whether it's you want to actually build this thing like we're doing into a 6-figure business, which we actually have a road map for that. We call it our 100K roadmap. And if you guys want that, you can comment 100K and we'll send it to you. Again, free PDF of how we're growing this channel up to 100K. We actually have already done that on the Brand Creators channel and channels before that my dad has been on YouTube for 15 plus years, and I've been just, kind of soaking it all in. But this is where it's super casual. Like I'm just talking to you like I'm talking to a friend, and that's the cool part where I want to change a lot of YouTubers, especially creators right now in this space, is being able to do all this. Now the funny part is I had to just pause right there. I had someone walk by. We have a big beach, there's not a lot of people around, and he decided to walk right next to me. And there's the part where I want to bring that up. That's perfect. Is because me personally, I don't like having to talk where a lot of people are watching me and stuff. I can do it. I like just being behind the camera, that's fine. But when I have people watching me and I kind of feel like I'm on the spot of what I'm saying, I don't really like that. I get uncomfortable, right? Now some people can power through that. I have, I guess, a little bit of stage fright when it comes to that. But that's where you can just stop, guys, and then continue with your point, right? I'm continuing with my point now. I'm just gonna trim that little part out so that way the video can keep going. But again, all of this to say that it is easier now than ever to create content on YouTube while you are doing your full-time job. And for me personally, it has been this whole new, I guess, wave you want to call of YouTube, where the main focus is on the authenticity of what you're giving as far as value, and the only other research you're really doing is your title. So you're focusing on your title, and then you create the content, whatever content you want off of that, and you don't have to have a script. I don't have to have a teleprompter. I don't have to do any of that. It's, again, less edited and all that, and it makes number one, making content easier, but it also makes the stress of, having to make a video, having to create a video. This video is going to end up being around 10, 11 minutes long, and that's the only time I took out of my day to shoot a video, right? And if I wanted to do more, we can. We've done a video, and actually a live stream where we did 24 hours, and we made 52 pieces of content for the year. So it is possible to do that much content, but you don't have to go through the stress of that. And you don't have to, feel like you can't do it, because you can. Just take 10 minutes out of your day, shoot your video. As long as you already have your titles, take one day, get 10 titles ready. So that way, if you want to post 3 videos that week, you can. But I see a lot of people, they either A, they wait to make a title after the video, or B, they just, try to do so much research on this title, but they're not looking at the outliers. They're just looking up like titles that are good, and then they're going to copy it word for word and then try to make a video about it, and then they're going to script it and have bullet points and this and that. I'll be honest, that is overwhelming to me. I would not want to make videos if it was that. But being able to do this and being able to be on a personable level with you guys truly makes creating content so much better. And so I hope this video gave you some motivation going out there, especially for all my full-time workers out there, if you are in a full-time job and still working on YouTube and trying to grow your YouTube channel, put in the comments too. I want to know and show some support out there to all you guys, you know, working hard. It's tough, but letting you know you got it. Also, if you guys want to know how we find these titles, we actually did a video where we can show you how to find some of these outlier titles. So go ahead and check that video out over here, and I'll see you there.